Okay, I think that we are live.
Yes, we are.
All right. So, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody, depending on where you are at this time, joining us or watching this event. Later on after today, we want to really thank you and appreciate you for finding time to join us today. My name is Ape Omedi, and I am one of the co-founders at AgriCatalyst Innovations. And today we are holding a very special event, a very special event that is dear to our heart as an organization, as a company. I wouldn't want to bore you very much with that because I'm not the main person of today's event. But I'm very happy and excited to have you, join us and be part of what we're doing today. With me today is a very intelligent and wonderful lady who is part of our team and who is anchoring this aspect of our project and our programs in the person of our project associate, Ms. Chiamaka Ndukwu. And so she is the main person of today, and I'll hand over to her to take over from here. So Chiamaka, you're welcome. Good to have you today. Having to anchor this program with you today is quite excellent. So I'll hand over to you to take it from there.
Thank you, Dr. Ape. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So today is the info section on the African Women in Agrifoodtech Program. I've been receiving a lot of inquiries from women across Africa who are building agri-foodtech startups, and they are really interested in the ABAP program. So today I and the team at AgriCatalyst Innovations thought it wise to come together and run a program that would enable us share insights about the African Women in Agrifoodtech Program to equip more African women with the knowledge they need to know about the program. So AWAP is a project by AgriCatalyst Innovations, Nigeria's premier agri-foodtech innovation hub that is focused on accelerating agri-foodtech entrepreneurs and businesses to solve our planet's most pressing challenge, which is how to feed over 10 billion people by 2050. And aside the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program, AgriCatalyst Innovation has been known for its amazing innovation platforms, which includes the Business Acceleration and the Incubation Program, the Future Agro Challenge, which is currently on, the Business Bootcamps and Training, and the AgriTech Meetup events. So if you are a woman in Agri-Foodtech, or you are a man in Agri-Foodtech and you're watching this right now, aside from the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program, there are also amazing programs you can get on board that you can also benefit from. If you are following us on our various social media platforms, you would see these programs, you would see the adverts, and I will encourage you to sign up for any of them. Now, the African Women in Agrifoodtech Program is a two-phase project that was designed to assist African women who are building businesses in the agri-foodtech ecosystem with knowledge and resources they need to scale their businesses, right? So we did this assessment and we discovered that in Africa, many women are into agriculture, and most of these women, they're actually the breadwinners of their family. But despite the fact that a lot of women are going into agriculture, it's really disheartening to discover that 80% of the women who are playing real well in the agricultural ecosystem do not have equal access to accelerating platforms, resources, or the funds needed to boost what they are doing. So sometimes it is really difficult for female-founded businesses to scale or to reach the market fit they need to become more profitable. So we did our research, and aside that, we even streamlined it to the agri-foodtech industry. And we discovered that there are few women playing in the industry, not because women are not innovative enough, but because of how unique the agri-foodtech system is. It is difficult to actually fund women in the agri-food tech ecosystem. Most of the founders that have been funded over years are mostly male founders of agri-food tech businesses, and that is why we decided to bring about the African Women in Agri-Food Tech Program to support female founders who are playing in the agri-food tech ecosystem in Africa. And where does this program stand in the Sustainable Development Goals? The first is in the reduction of poverty, because we understand that when we empower more women, we are reducing the poverty rate in Africa, right? Then the second is zero hunger. 80% of African smallholder farmers are female. 8% of African small business owners are female. And now we want to come down to the sector and empower these women who are contributing to food production. And we know that when we empower them, we would mitigate food insecurity and hunger in Africa. Then quality education is one of the goals we are trying to achieve through the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program. Through our accelerator programs and our incubation, which is a part of this program, women would access quality education. Women would access quality learning opportunities through the program that will prepare them to scale their businesses, get the knowledge required to build technology-driven agri solutions, and become more equipped to take on their roles as female founders. Then also we're trying to solve the problem of inequality, gender inequality, because we're trying to bridge the gap between female funded businesses and access to funding, which is always accessible by men. Right? So we're trying to encourage gender equality through our program, and then reduce inequalities generally. So generally there are reduced inequalities when it comes to funding, when it comes to assessing the market, when it comes to assessing the right information, due to some societal or religious challenges most African women encounter. So we're trying to really bridge these gaps with the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program. Then, the main question I've always been asked is, what does the program really entail, right? I would like by starting with this. The African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program is a two-phase program, right? Which would start with a survey that would help us understand the problems that female founders in the agri-foodtech ecosystem encounter daily while running their businesses. We want to understand their challenge with accessing resources. We want to understand their challenges with accessing funding. And we also want to understand the challenges female founders face when they want to go to the market. Why is it that their products are not scalable? That is why the survey is the first phase, because without it, we can't really design a program or a project that can meet the needs of women. And this survey started on 8th of March, and it will be closing on the 30th of May. So it is really important that as a female founder, if you really want to benefit from the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program, it is really, really important that you take part in the survey, because there is no special registration for the program. It is through the survey that we can identify you and you can get onto the next phase. Then the second phase is a structured food and ag accelerator program dedicated to female founders and entrepreneurs. So after the survey, we will now sit back as AgriCatalyst Innovations and look through the female founders who have taken part in the survey, and then we can select the right business that are eligible to get the acceleration program, and also assess investors who would fund their agri-foodtech businesses. After the African Women in Agri-Foodtech Program, there are so many things we are looking at achieving. The first is we want to ensure that there is a detailed report of funding access and activities for women in the agri-foodtech ecosystem in Africa. So there is no data now currently investors to identify female funders founders in the agri-foodtech ecosystem, right? So it is really important for us to have a database of female who are building agri-foodtech businesses in Africa, meaning that if you have taken part in this survey, we can share your details with future potential investors who would now pick out businesses that are in line with their areas of interest and fund them. Because it's really important. In Africa, one of the things we are lacking is an accurate data bank where investors can come and select organizations or businesses that they are interested in funding, right? So after that, there will also be a documentary on the stories of women in agri-foodtech in Africa. Now, it's really disheartening to discover that there are no real stories of women building businesses in the agri-foodtech ecosystem. So we're trying to make the voices of female founders heard across the continent and globally, not just in Africa. Because when your stories are being shared, it becomes easier for people to identify your businesses and also want to fund your businesses. Then, we also want to generate discussions that would focus on women founders in the African agri-foodtech ecosystem from the report and the documentary. So during the period of the first phase of the African Women in Agrifoodtech program, we'll be having monthly sessions with leading ladies who are building businesses or in the policy, who are creating policies for women that would help women in agri-foodtech. We're not just going to bring on founders on board, we're also going to bring people in government, people who are designing our policies, people who are in the financial sector, who are leading, to come and discuss critical challenges women are facing and how women can really break these barriers and scale and build sustainable agri-foodtech businesses in Africa. Also, we're looking at promoting and influencing policy that would foster gender equality in investments and funding activities in the agri-foodtech ecosystems. We're also looking at building a digital toolkit that is accessible by any female founder who takes part in the survey and business skill development process. So the digital toolkit is one of the amazing ideas we have for female founders, because we discovered that when it comes to building technology businesses, there are a lot of resources that are needed. And most times, because agri-foodtech female founders do not have core technical backgrounds, it is quite difficult for them to build sustainable businesses. So the digital toolkit is one of the amazing things you can benefit if you're a female founder who is having challenges in some resources you need to build your technology business, right? So eventually, we also want to build a community of support for female founders to the agri-foodtech, in the agri-foodtech space. So there will be a community of support where you can share your challenges, where you can get solutions to these challenges, where you can have access to funding information, where you can have access to mentors, where you can have access to individuals that will help you build your businesses and access the right market. So by the end of this program, we are also targeting to support 1,000 women founders and co-founders leading businesses in the agri-foodtech ecosystem. We're also looking at having at least 10 women in the agri-foodtech. We are looking at having at least 10 events hosted across Africa for women in agri-foodtech. We're also looking at empowering at least 50 women with the skills, men, and financial grants they need to scale their businesses. I would also want to mention one thing before I move forward. Now, if you're a female and you have a male co-founder, please, you are eligible for the program. It is not just for only female-founded businesses. If you have a male co-founder and you are also a co-founder as a female, your business is eligible for the program. It is not only for female-founded businesses. If you have a male co-founder and you are a female co-founder, you are eligible for this program. Your business is eligible. So the entire program for the 2021 program phase is expected to last for 6 months, starting with the survey, which starts in March. and ends in May. Then the second phase, which is the business training, incubation, mentoring, and investment phase, starts in July and ends in September 2021. We're all looking out for partners who would come on board and help us make sure that this program gets across to women across Africa, no matter where they are, regardless of their backgrounds or cultural setting. We want to ensure that this program gets across to every female founder in Africa who is building a business in agriculture but leveraging technology to build her business. So we're looking at partnerships that focuses on financial grants and donations. We're looking at recommendations and linkages to stakeholders in the agri-foodtech ecosystem. We're looking at partnership that focuses on advisory support to the project. We're looking at people that can sponsor, host or co-host project events. We're looking at people that can speak at project events. And we're also looking at mentors for the women in the program, because this is a critical challenge that women face. They do not always have access to the right mentors who have the experience to help them build their agri-foodtech businesses. Thank you so much for taking our time to watch this video, for taking our time to go through what we are doing at AgriCatalyst Innovation for Women. If you have any inquiry or if you want to discuss this project, please always feel free to reach out to me. My phone numbers are displayed on the screen, and you can also send an email to me via Chiamaka at agri-catalystng.com, or you can send an email to info@agri-catalystng.com. If you want to pay a visit to us at our office, then you can always feel free to visit us at AgriCatalyst Innovations at Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. I look forward to having you all on board. I look forward to seeing every woman in agri-foodtech excel in the agri-foodtech ecosystem. Thank you so much, and do have an amazing time. I really appreciate your time today.